Well, everyone, there was a little bit of news that came out for the iPhone 14s recently that is actually pretty good for older iPhones. You know, if you own something like an iPhone 13 or 13 Pro, it can actually make your iPhone feel like it'll last a little bit longer, but it's pretty bad news for the future of iPhones. And what I mean by that is essentially this leak is with the iPhone 14 base model and then the iPhone 14 Pro models. Essentially, there's going to be a little bit of a chip variation between these two devices. Now, what does that mean? Well, essentially, normally, whenever Apple releases a new phone, we typically have, the latest and greatest chipset on those devices on all iPhones across the board. So with the A14 chip, the A15 chip, the A16 that's going to be coming out, pretty much we would expect all of the iPhones to have that same chipset inside. But it's looking like with the next generation with iPhone 14s, Apple is trying to make even bigger differences from their base models and their, Pro models. So it looks like the iPhone 14 is probably going to end up having that A15 chip inside of it, unlike the A16 which is rumored to be in on the Pro models. Now, like I mentioned, this is good news if you own an older iPhone. If you want to buy an iPhone 13 Pro, that is probably going to be a better iPhone in all areas than the iPhone 14. That's not to say the iPhone 14 is going to be a horrible iPhone. That's mostly to say that if it does have the same chipset as the 13 Pro, why would you not want to buy, a 13 Pro or use 13 Pro, save some money, than buy a brand new 14 when it's going to give you more features? So again, better thing for these older iPhones, but it's a really weird thing for these newer iPhones, because what is that going to do for the software longevity? What is that going to do for the features that are going to be brought into these, newer iPhones? And then is Apple going to be doing the same exact thing for the next generation? Is the iPhone 15 going to have the A16 on the base model, then the A17 on the top model? I don't really know what's going to happen here. I think it's going to be a very interesting thing that Apple does. I do understand that Samsung and a lot of other manufacturers already kind of do this. There's not really a budget tier chipset that Apple makes. They pretty much just make the one chipset and they put it on all their phones. Apple has been experimenting at underclocking some more chipsets, as you guys can see with the latest iPads. With the iPhone 13s, the iPhone 13 is a little bit slower technically on paper than the iPhone 13 Pro, which again, you're not going to notice that big of a difference. But my thing is with software longevity, how is this going to affect the software updates coming in for the iPhone 14 base model and the iPhone 14 Pro? I think they may end up doing like an A15X chip inside or something like that over the A16, but still that's going to be very strange. Is an iPhone 14 going to last as long as the 14 Pro? Is the iPhone 14 going to last as long as the iPhone 13? I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.